Give me a little talkie talk here.
Talkie talkie, walkie talkie.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
It's a new year.
And a new.
Fandemonium isn't just a page.
It's a family.
A passionate group of positive Buffalo football fans
To embrace the character and fight of this team
We strive to embody this passion.
and present a fan-first perspective.
without all the fluff.
Enter
the K-Gun Report.
Season 2.
The first season was exciting for 24/7 Buff Fandemonium.
Talking football, connecting with fans, and having quality conversation.
This season, we're stepping it up, and we want you all to come be a part of the conversation.
On March 9th, 2021,
The K-Gun Report
Is back.
let's go, Buffalo!
This is a dangerous group that This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Welcome 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. This is Jarrod, Scott, and Swank.
Hey, yo!
Different intro this time. Huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Welcome to the K-Gun Report. Tonight we have episode 5 of season 2. We welcome everybody. It's already here. Let's just start right off by telling everybody about our giveaway. This is our giveaway. Mr. Lee Evans, University of Wisconsin, personal autograph, and it is a Press Pass 2004 card. How do you win that, Scott?
All you gotta do is comment during the live feed. That's it.
Oh, yeah, right now we got Mike Voigt. He's entered. We got Inf. We got Alberto. We got Dan. We got Eater. We got all entered. And, yo,
Welcome,
we
man.
just hit a landmark for the first time this season. We got 20 viewers right now.
Boom.
Bam.
Boom.
Bam. First 2 minutes. Thank you guys so much. And you're all entered to win as long as you've commented.
Easy as that. And if you comment, ask past winners. We'll send you a free car sticker too. And if you don't win anything, just PM us your address and we'll send it out to you for free. Also, we have remaining. We have a couple left. Scott, stand up a little bit for that shirt. 24/7 Buff Fandemonium black and white t-shirts. Be on the lookout. We have a Stefan Diggs shirt coming out. Notorious Diggs, black and white. We're hoping to get a sponsor or a charity with that. So a little bit of money goes towards the charity while we're doing the pre-order. So keep your eyes open for that.
Yo, real quick, I think it would be sweet if any of you guys have an idea for that, or if you know of any place that Diggs donates, whatever charity he supports, just hit us up and let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be awesome. Guys, we had a couple things happen this past week. We like to talk about the past week stuff, and then we're going to get into actually finally the draft. And I know this is Scott's favorite part of the season, I think, but we're going to focus on the offensive side this week. So we're going to talk about the signings, and then we're going to talk about what we want or what we're expecting in the draft. Everyone watching, don't be afraid to put in your 2 cents. We love it. We'd love to hear from you. All right, guys, first off, we're going to start with Tyrell Adams. 1 year, 1 year sign contract. He's 28 years old. He had a career year last year. Let's see here. He was on the practice squad for, I think, the New England Patriots. He jumps from team to team. He hasn't really settled anywhere. Then he landed with Houston, where he had 125 tackles, 5 for loss, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Apparently, Bills tried to get him in 2017, but he failed the physical. But that happens now and then. But we got him now. Your thoughts? Scott, I'm going to have you lead the way.
I think it's Bean and McDermott doing their thing. They just pulled in a backup linebacker, a starting linebacker as a backup linebacker. He'll be competing with Milano, Klein, Tyrell Dodson. Obviously, Milano's got that position sealed in, but Klein and Dodson's job, I think, is in trouble now. 125 tackles is no joke. 2 sacks and forced fumbles. This guy is for real, 6'2", 230 pounds. He'll bring it, and it just shows that players want to come to Buffalo. So I think it's a good pickup, a good depth pickup. Like I said, we have a starter now potentially being our backup.
Yeah, good point. Swank, you know anything about this young man?
I mean, just the basics, and Scott pretty much covered it all, and I gotta agree. It's stacking the deck. It's getting better competition, better backups, go further. You know what I mean? Next man up stuff doesn't worry us so much anymore.
Right. So the question of the day is, you see all these 1-year contracts popping out. What do you think that means? To me, it means, and you saw the receiver that we got last week, Powell. He says, I want to come to Buffalo, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to come to Buffalo because they work hard. That's what these 1-year contracts tell me. They say these individuals want to come. Am I supposed to dab or something?
No, dude. No, I was just thinking that I'm gonna make a segment in the show called "Asked and Answered," and that's gonna be your segment where you like ask a question and be like, "I'll tell you what it means."
I'll tell you what it means. So yeah, for me, it's those 1-year contracts are because people want to come here and test it out, test the waters.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you what else I think about that, man. 1-year contracts, you can let a lot of people go real easy with a 1-year contract. Even like some of the ways that like I think Feliciano's contract's even weighted kind of like that, where it was like a 3-year, but they can absolutely part ways with them after 1, depending on how this year flushes out and depending on what they're going to do with Josh. I think that's what this is all about, is getting the most out of the players and seeing how much room they're going to have to work with when Josh demands what he's going to demand.
And we went over what we thought that was going to be last week, which is pretty interesting.
Be expensive.
Yeah, might be expensive. I'm going to interrupt this a little bit quick. Earlier this week on WGR, I heard them talking about, I know the season's not here yet and we haven't gotten through it yet, but Dayball's leaving the team. Obviously, we talked about this past episodes. They think that the backup offense coordinator, Ken Dorsey, is going to be one heck of a fill-in. But they're also saying that Josh Allen, being in his 4th year, we won't have this huge interruption in how the gameplay is done because Josh Allen has 4 years into the league, in this offense. So it's just going to be Josh Allen has control of it, and then Dorsey's just going to come and help keep it going forward. You guys' thoughts on that quick? Scott?
Hey, it's one of those things. Josh Allen gets 1 more year under his belt with both these obviously Daboll and Dorsey. And I wouldn't be surprised. It's just one of those maintenance things as a coordinator. Once Josh Allen's going to be able to call his own plays, call his own audibles, and all that stuff. It's going to happen. He's learning so quick. He's making strides, and it will come to a point where he won't need an offensive coordinator, just someone to put a game plan in and all that stuff. So, and Ken Dorsey, I don't think the scare would be if Ken Dorsey traveled with Daboll. Daboll would be the head coach, and Dorsey would be his offensive coordinator. But we'll see what happens. Let's just worry about this year.
I think it's a testament to the way they build everything between Bean and McDermott, too. I mean, the way they're setting up the team is the same way they're setting up the coaching staff, and I think that iron sharpens iron, right? Steel sharpens steel, whatever metal sharpens whatever metal. Like, they're building a self-sustaining machine, so.
It's exciting. They even kind of compared Josh Allen to Peyton Manning, but we won't go there.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So signing number 2, linebacker, Marquell Lee. Did I say that wrong, Scott?
You can say Markel if you want. I mean,
Marquell. Again.
Do you have a question? A question?
Another 1 year. He had 5 games in 2019. He started with in the Super Bowl. No, he didn't. He started with who in 2018? Oh my God, my notes are horrible today.
The Raiders.
Tackles, yeah, and 3 pass defended. So that's Marquell Lee. I actually like this guy. I think he's pretty sweet. Swank, what do you think about Marquell?
Yeah, man, quality depth. It's the same thing for me. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference to me who they sign, because right now I'm just confident that they're signing like these dudes that have game playing experience and are good enough to compete for a starting position on an AFC championship caliber team.
Jarrod, the guy's 25 years old. Boom. He suffered an ankle injury. Okay, and Navarro Bowman took over for him. So the guy was right in line again to be a starter in the NFL inside linebacker. So again, they're bringing in a starter. Now it's going to be fighting for a backup position. Matekovic and Andre Smith. Andre Smith is more of a special teams guy, but I think Tyler Matekovic's job might be in jeopardy. That's what these two linebacker pickups are potentially going to be our second stringers. They have the ability to do so. So, hey, that iron sharpens iron. We're starting to say that a lot, and then it's evident with their picks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And you're talking about bringing in another starter. That leads us to Jamil Douglas. Did I say that one wrong? Now, here's a guy. He's 29 years old. He's a big guy. He's 6'4", 309 pounds. He played 14 games in 2020. In 4 seasons, again, he started 46 games. So that's a good addition to put down there on the line for 1 year to see what he can do. Any takers on Swank? Swank, you want to take Jamal?
I'm gonna go, like I said, same answer, man. I mean, he's like, it's just,
no, it really is.
It really is, and that's great. Like that's not a cop out. That's not me being like, oh, what's football? You know what I mean? That's me saying like that these guys are exactly what you would expect them to be, and what we've as Bills fans have wanted in like quality depth players for the last 19 years. Guys that see what's happening in Buffalo, that want to compete, that know that, as advertised, as McDermott said, you can be the best version of yourself in Buffalo. That's what these dudes are doing. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell.
This guy spent his time in the NFL as a starter as well. And our guard depth is Devi, they signed Feliciano and Ike Boetker. Those are the only 3. If Ford's still labeled as a tackle, if he's going to come back at guard, then we'll have 4 there. But as of now, we have 3. He'll be the 4th guard, so he'll be fighting for a position. And he's got all these guys that we signed have started games and have that experience that's very important to being successful. And again, like Swank said, load up that depth chart. Mm-hmm. Load them up. Someone goes down, we have people to replace these guys without skipping a beat hardly. So
right. Yeah. Depth is very important in the NFL.
Yeah, it is. And we have right now, we have 70 people on our roster, active roster, that have signed contracts. And our top 51, according to SpotRack.com, has us at almost $5 million under the cap. So we're looking good considering we have 70 people already signed to our team.
Right, and you got to cut those players, and that makes a little bit more room. Right?
Anybody you cut makes more room. Yep.
All right, now listen, guys. I see a lot of people posting stuff, and this is awesome. We have some new time posters. Welcome to 24/7, the Gun Report. Swank, anything on there that's jumping out? Any questions that are being asked?
I'm going to tell you, I kind of lost my feed, so I'm reading it off my phone as fast as I can, but it's only showing me like a couple.
All right, I got Jason Herbert here. He said Isaiah McKenzie is better than Andre Roberts. You have a take on that quick?
Yeah,
Swank?
I mean, I think in what aspect?
Right.
Like checkers?
One kickoff
or,
return?
No, man. I've said it before on the show. And I have nothing but love for Andre and McKenzie. I wanted both of those dudes to make the team last year when it seemed like everybody before the season started was like, they're dead weight. We can do whatever with Isaiah McKenzie with another player, and Roberts is a wasted roster spot and all this stuff. Roberts was great. I really liked him. I think, I don't think it's a bad thing to have competition back there. I think Isaiah McKenzie got better at fielding last year when his number was called. But I don't know, you're going to have him. You're going to have those couple other guys we signed here last week that are going to be competing. You got Micah Hyde that can be back there. You got Christian Wade that everybody wants to get on the Homer train about too, Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of possibilities. I say these guys know what they're doing, like don't freak out over one player leaving who's really old and can't do anything else other than run back kickoffs. And that's from a guy who was like his biggest fan last year.
And I must add though too that not only did he do the kickoff returns and punt returns, but he got that team fired up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He had
yeah.
a 20, 25, 30-yard kick return. Didn't go for 6, but he got that offense ready when they're coming out, seeing that guy all hyped up, and
Dude,
that means a lot to the game.
That Seattle game, that was his statement game. That was a statement game for Buffalo. But that opening kickoff, he took it back 40 yards, 50 yards, and set everybody up, and he was hyped, and you could see he wanted more after that. He was pissed he got tackled, and that's the kind of guy you need back there. I mean, Isaiah, I think he plays with a chip on his shoulder. I think he's more like the class clown kind of guy, and he's quick and fast, and he's really good with the gadgety stuff. He's slippery, but does he have that like really long depth vision that like Roberts had?
Right.
I don't know. That's why I think he's worth the money, but he's not what we needed this year.
True. Good point. Mike Vogt said that actually quite a bit of people did. Stefan Diggs, his charity is the American Heart Foundation.
Sweet.
I've read up on that too, and that's what I found. But I was just wondering if there was more of a like a smaller charity that he might be a part of, because I know the American Heart Foundation, very important, but I know that gets a lot of charity stuff too. Yeah, I mean, Stefan Diggs, you want to talk about him a little bit? I kind of do.
What do you want to talk about, Jerry?
Asked and answered.
Ask and answer. Stefan Diggs, for those of you who do not know yet, he just signed a contract with Jordan Brand.
Oh, you're talking about Jordiggs?
Jordan Brand. Yeah, Jordiggs. That's Michael Jordan. So he's going to be part of that family now. They did a little bit of a special on him. And, he was, oh my gosh, I never knew people knew so much about their shoes. And I would say it's an addiction, and so would he probably. But it was just amazing. He had his favorite shoe. He had 5 different kinds he liked, and it was awesome. Which got me thinking, Fandemonium, you might as well jump in on this. Let us know what your favorite shoe of all time was, because we have one. I'm going to lead the way. Hey, look at that. Shocker. My favorite shoe was...
Jared likes to talk today.
Puma.
Wow.
Oh, he's in it,
Sound
man.
of his own voice. I might as well drink.
I might as well drink while I'm doing this. The Puma Tazon. And that was in the early 2000s. The first shoe I ever put on that felt like a glove when you put it on, but you could work out and run in it. It was freaking sweet. And I went to the store after I wore the hell out of them, and I said, hey, do you have any more of these? And they're like, we don't have that kind anymore. And I was like,
It's because no one else liked them.
It's because all the old guys were buying them.
yeah. That's when Puma first became a athletic shoe. Swank, you have a favorite shoe?
Nope, not really.
All right. How about you, Scott?
You can do anything. And in the New Balance 624 Cross Trainer, you can do everything. Increase flexibility and cushioning. The possibilities and comfort are endless. Okay? The New Balance with that white shoe with that blue N on it, that may be the dad shoe. But there's a few things that go along with it, right? According to moms everywhere, jean shorts and a sleeveless 24/7 buff Fandemonium shirt are the perfect look for a man wearing those shoes. Okay, and you know what the New Balances have? They have something on their
Arch
shoe.
support?
No, they have something on their shoe that tells you the wear and tear, and it tells you if you're wearing them correctly. If by the end of the fall, if they aren't tinged green, you're not wearing them correctly.
There you go. That's perfect.
New
All right,
Balance,
yo,
man,
so-
624.
So the Twins had the idea for this whole bit here, and I was like, I laughed really hard, and I didn't know if they were serious, and they were dead ass serious. So I'll tell you what my favorite shoe is. My favorite shoe really was Andrew Reynolds 2s, because I was a skater rat about 100 pounds ago, and they were the best skate shoe I ever had. But if I was going with the theme of tonight, I was just gonna put up a big, like, ugly ass pair of yellow Crocs or something.
There you go. Oh, I see. You got the picture up there. You'll
I
see it,
did,
guys. It's right at the
I
top.
got you.
New Balance 624, I tell you.
There you go. We have the Xavier McDaniels shoes and Reebok Zig Tech. Okay. And then Skechers are a popular one, and Chucks.
Patrick Ewing shoes.
Patrick
Yeah,
Ewing
there you
shoe.
go,
Yeah,
Eater.
there you go. Well, thanks for playing, guys. We had a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and listen, if you want to not talk about old guy shoes, you can also just comment and be entered to win this beautiful Lee Evans card right here that we got up. So keep commenting. I think this is going to probably be the most well-attended episode we've ever aired. So thank you guys.
Thank you,
Keep up with the
Fandemonium. This is awesome.
participation, man. This is great.
Eater
All right,
said
guys.
earlier, keep Buffalo a secret. Eater, I don't think Bills are a secret anymore, my friend. There's no hiding what they're doing anymore, and it's all 31 teams are taking notice. So sorry, Eater. Bills are not a secret anymore.
That's okay.
All right.
That's
And
all
if
right, bud.
and if you missed it last week, there, nailed it. Swank, you missed it.
Alberto, did he do it right?
Oh, dude, sorry.
I
Alberto said earlier for you not to do that.
I know, I did
and I
it, but I
said, don't
nailed it
worry,
this time."
man. We got you. And then you made me a liar by trying to show off. What'd you do? You watched like 3 hours of Cam Newton from like
Yeah, right.
I had to
2000.
make sure it's going the right way.
Next week he'll be wearing a towel over his head. Daniel
All right.
Crimbring, welcome. I know you've been trying to get to the show. That's awesome that you're here, bud. Thanks. And Daniel Gorham.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah, man.
classic-
He
classic
had a
Converse
comment about
All-Stars.
he had the perfect pair of hacky sack shoes back in the day. So
All right. Now listen, let's get back to football. We had a little fun there.
All
but-
right,
Okay,
all
so
right.
this is the first time that we've actually taken the show and attacked the NFL draft, right? It's coming up in a couple of weeks here. What's so special about the draft this year with 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, the Gun Report? Scott, quick.
Oh, the 29th of April. We're having a live draft party. We're calling it a party. Obviously, we're keeping it COVID safe so everybody can join in. You don't have to wear a mask, but we're going to be drinking,
the
eating.
three of us are gonna get hammered. So
Probably. So you guys can watch as it happens every hour. Swank, Jarrod, and myself are all going to be hanging out together, making every pick. We're going to make all 32 picks. So this isn't just Buffalo Bills exclusive. Any fan out there, call us in because we're going to have a phone going. Call us in. Let us know who your team is going to pick, and we'll ride the wave with you. We're going to have fun. 3 to 4 hours, so plan on a busy night. Take Friday off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
man.
Friday off.
April 29th, starting at 7 p.m.
So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to break down each position. We're going to start at the quarterback and work our way from there. Okay. And then we're going to talk about needs, and who we kind of want there at that position. We can stick to the 30th pick or we can go on, but we'll just start with, let's start with the quarterback. I know we pretty much have no need there. We have Josh Allen, we have Trubisky, Fromm. Are we going to keep a fourth guy on that practice squad? It's going to be Webb. Who knows? But I feel like the Bills always pick up a quarterback. I think every team actually ends up picking up a quarterback. I didn't look up anybody because I thought we were okay there. Does any of you guys have a quarterback maybe in the late rounds that they might snag?
Trubisky is the best backup quarterback in the NFL, unless you're comparing. Swank, you're gonna love this. The Chicago Bears, not only Chicago but Carolina, they're saying if Bridgewater still starts, then Sam Darnold is the best backup quarterback in the NFL. That was on WGR.
Dude, of course.
Matty Glab and Steve Tasker were talking about it. I had to turn it off. Sorry guys, but stop talking about Sam Darnold. He's not that guy. Never will be. But as far as Trubisky and you have Fromm still, I don't think we need to waste our draft picks on anybody else.
dude, the only person I would say, or the only team that has a rivaled better or equal backup quarterback right now would be the Raiders, right? Like Mariota.
Mariota.
Yeah,
Mariota.
Sure.
Yep.
And the Panthers saying that, like, if Darnold doesn't, or whatever, like, commentators, like, talking, they didn't even get a first rounder for him. They got a second rounder this year and then a sixth rounder this year and then a second
Yeah,
rounder
couple
next
set,
year.
yeah.
Right?
They better start him. They did give away a lot, but not a first.
I mean, yeah, basically, that to me, that's like poking Teddy Bridgewater to be like, yo, this is your year to prove something to us.
Well, they also gave Teddy some permission to talk to other teams, so
Really?
yep, they gave him
Man, why
permission.
would you see? Okay, so
What's wrong
Dan
with
just
Teddy
said that
Bridgewater?
too.
What's wrong with Teddy Bridgewater?
this is what's happening.
Other
right
than they
now.
got rid of his wide receiver.
This is the Jay Cutler effect. That's what's happening right now. Because everybody's like, if Sam Darnold had a team, just like I've been saying for all this time on this show, dude, he has proven nothing. Teddy Bridgewater has a spine. He has talent. If he got the chance behind a solid team that wasn't either rebuilding or after he got hurt or he wasn't backing up Drew Brees or like whatever, if he actually got a shot, dude, I think he could be like a pretty relevant top 15 average NFL quarterback, which is saying something crazy. Like,
yeah.
to be one of 15 guys in the whole world that can start at quarterback in a given year, like that's nuts. And I think he can do that. Sam Darnold can't. He's already proven it. They've already tried. Like, I don't
That's
know.
why they got rid of him.
Yeah,
not
man,
a
like-
first rounder.
And so now you're going to do it again? Like, I don't care. Like, the Panthers are what? Like, Bills negative 2.0 or whatever? Like, All that time is gone now. You know, you don't even have Riverboat Ron down there anymore. I just don't care about the Panthers. Teddy should get out of there.
Yeah, he needs to
save
get
the
out of
butt,
there. If they're making those kind of decisions, then yeah, Teddy, find somewhere else to go, man.
Oh yeah.
And I know we're talking about the Bills, but the Jets, real quick, they, like Swank said earlier to us in post, they're showing their cards. They sent everybody to go watch Zach Wilson and BYU, so there's 99% chance they're going after Zach Wilson with that pick.
Really quick, and again, not to get off track, this will be the last thing, I promise. But I was wondering if they were going to be in the Jimmy Garoppolo kind of game here. You know, like following the DT over there. Like, I don't know. Just a thought.
I was afraid of Jimmy Garoppolo when he was at New England. I'm glad they traded him away. Thank God for that mess.
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of people said no need for
We
quarterback.
talked a lot about a
We all
quarterback.
agree.
We don't need one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't
So
talk about our
here's the fun-
quarterback.
No, we didn't. We don't need.
Here's a
He
fun
does,
debate.
He does the talking for us, or
Yeah,
Swank.
exactly.
This has been on the hot topic for the last couple months, I feel, for the Buffalo Bills, and that's that running game and the running back position. All right, before I get into it, Swank, you got any takers on the running back? Do you want to see someone taken at number 30, or is there somebody in the later rounds that you might be looking at?
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. We all have our strengths on this show and our weaknesses and our preferences, and I am not the guy that's like Mr. Draft Analysis, and I'm not afraid to say it. So like, if you're looking at me and being like, oh dude, he must know so much about the draft, I mean, I know enough. And I definitely know enough to know that I don't want another running back in the first round this year.
There you
I
go.
just don't.
Preach.
You know, I've seen it already. We've done it. We got two guys that I think can make it happen. I think Moss can make it happen for sure. And now you're talking about Breida, Mr. Breida Filter, you know, and I think he can make it interesting. I was one of those guys that was like kind of shaking his fist after the championship game, being like, why don't we have a running game? After all season, I was like, screw the running game, dude. I don't care at all. We've had a running game this whole time, and it didn't get us where we are right now. You know, they have the number one leading wide receiver in the league. Like, this is the Bills team we all want. This is the one that we like fell asleep with our blankets with a helmet on, dreaming about having. You know, so who cares about the running game? And you got Zach Moss, who that dude's gonna be a steamroller year two. If he can stay healthy, he's gonna show up and do exactly what we want him to do in the positions that he needs to do it in. And I think Motor, he's squeaky, he's situational. I could see him being used as more of like a James White kind of guy, you know. But if you got Breida back there, now you got a three-headed horse that can do all sorts of things, and you could have eye backs if you want. You can have split backs. You can mix it up. Zach Moss is in there. He's a blocker too. Like, you know, there's a lot that can be done. So yeah, I don't want anything to do with a running back. I don't.
You know, Eder and Daniel, they agree with you, Swank, and I think I agree with you too. I think the biggest need was a speed running back, and they got that.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go into drafting anywhere in the draft and get another running back, then you're going to have to get rid of Singletary. I don't see Moss being a casualty. I don't see Breida being a casualty. You have to get rid of one. Tywan Jones is taking up that special team spot.
Yep.
So why would you draft someone just to get rid of one of those guys? So I don't see that. I know there's a lot of Bills fans out there that want Travis Etienne or Najee Harris, but guys, Najee Harris is not a guy you want. We're not the Titans. We're not the Titans.
Yeah.
We're the Buffalo Bills. Steve Tasker said it earlier today on WGR. Stop saying we need a running back. He came out and said we don't need a running back. We're a passing team. Josh Allen's reads are only going to get better. His defensive reads, his audibles are only going to get better. We are a passing team.
Yeah.
Adding Breida as a catching wide running back is awesome, and having Moss and Singletary in the backfield is enough. We don't need a running back.
Real fast, if they drafted one of those guys, I would be irritated, but I would not be angry.
That's
what
the
I'm
thing
saying?
with this draft. That's the thing with this draft is like I could say who we need and who we don't need, but as long as it's someone within the realm of the per 30th pick, I'm okay with it.
Well, dude, if it falls and it's like best available, and you had somebody, because all this like QB shuffle that's going on right now, like that drops ridiculously far, and yeah, maybe he's not like a crazy need, but right now we don't. There's like 3 positions that I have a wish list for that I hope they go for, but like there's nothing that I'm like, God, we really need. You know what I mean? Maybe when we get to the defensive
Next
draft
week.
needs, right, I could get a little more into that. Offensively right now, dude, we are in such a sweet spot. Like, to me, I say you take a page out of Belichick's book. The only thing he did well was draft offensive linemen. Like as far as drafting goes, I'm not saying the only thing he's ever done well, but I'm saying draft-wise, he knew how to draft offensive linemen and keep them there. Other than that, whatever. And I'd say you bring in dudes that are hungry and what? I'm sorry, I'm getting onto the next position. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm just gonna throw this out there because you have Travis Etienne, man, I'm sucking at these.
ETN, Jared.
Then you have Najee Harris, right? Those are the 2 top guys. You have Javonte Williams from North Carolina, right?
Jared's got a favorite guy here, and this
do
guy's
have a
pretty
favorite
good.
guy. And this is why, Swank, you touched on it, Scott, you did a little bit. The Bills are a passing team now. Look up film on Kenneth Gainwell. He's from Memphis.
Kenny Gaines?
Gainwell.
Kenneth
Kenny-
Gainwell.
I'm
Yeah.
just messing
We
around.
like our Kenneths here in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, Kenneth Davis back up.
He was a
early.
high school quarterback, so he has the quarterback side of the ball a little bit and the understanding. He's a dual threat. He has great hands. You should see some of these catches he's pulling off. His route running's amazing. He's the first collegiate football player in FBS history, when they changed it over to FBS, to have 100 yards rushing and 200 yards receiving in one game. Again, just look up Kenneth Gainwell. He is something that, he's not as big as these other guys, but he's quick and he can run patterns. And if we're a passing team, we might as well have that coming out of the backfield.
And again, Jared, if they do draft a running back, then my man Antonio Williams is out of the question. He had a film last year against Miami that's pretty impressive, but is it enough to get rid of him and trade him for a draft pick? I don't know. But if you bring in a running back in the draft, you're gonna have to get rid of Singletary, like I said, and Antonio Williams. Even if you have a practice squad guy, they're set. They're set. He is a good wide receiver out of the backfield. Yes, he is, but don't do it, Buffalo.
That's one of the bold predictions that I made a couple weeks ago, was that like Singletary wouldn't be on the team, he would be a casualty. I don't want to see that, because the reality of the whole situation is COVID stuff is still kind of in play right now, right? How safe do you want to be? I mean, he's going to be a third-year running back now, right? He knows the scheme. You're got the offensive line back, which I don't think we ever really touched on how banged up they were. In any show, did we really ever go into Morris was out, Feliciano was out? I mean, we've touched on that here and there, but we never really dove into that line was kind of like hodgepodge for a while. And I mean, they were good. They did what they needed to do, but different players were moving in different places the whole year, and banged up. So it'd be interesting to see what these guys can do behind a line that was supposed to be there last year healthy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Speaking on go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know if I want to trade a rookie at this point for a third-year pro.
Right.
Speaking on the health of the offensive line, last year as we went through the season, we paid a lot of attention to the practice squad. Why? Because we had a lot of names on there that were like, oh my gosh, they could start.
Yeah.
This year is even better. We have more talent, more experience that could possibly be camping on the practice squad. So I know injuries and stuff are part of the game, but that offensive line is strong, and we have a strong practice squad. It's just going to be, again, fun and interesting to watch as the season progresses, how things are being moved and stuff, especially if COVID's still around. So, if COVID's still around, they're going to have those rules still, in motion, where they can have extra players and stuff like that too. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. So Wide receiver core. I think we're pretty much all set on that, unless there's somebody out there that you really want the Buffalo Bills to go to in the first couple rounds. I had Jalen Waddle, but he'll be gone way before it's our time. So he's the fastest guy in the draft. Anybody else have anybody? Fandemonium, you got any wide receivers you want to see?
I have a take on the wide receivers.
Shoot it.
You look at our wide receiver core and we're all set, right? Diggs, Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, Gabriel Davis, Isaiah Hodgins. Right there's the core. Isaiah McKenzie. Here's the thing, and I love the draft, and I love the Bills being able to put a player in a position where he can. What does Bean do and McDermott do? Draft. What's the draft process? No, you know what I'm talking about though. Develop, and you know what they do. Yeah, anyways, with Beasley being 30 plus, and Emmanuel Sanders is only in here for one more year, and he's 30 plus as well. I can see the Bills, if best player available is there, Rondale Moore at 5'8", 185 pounds, runs a 4.29 40. That could be potential someone to draft this year to replace possibly Beasley in the next 2-3 years, right? Emmanuel Sanders is gone next year. Do we need a wide receiver that's going to replace the John Brown, Emmanuel Sanders, and now who? You know what I mean? Gabriel Davis has his own skill set. Beasley has his own skill set, and Diggs has his own skill set. So if we want to keep the offense and Josh Allen in sync, we're going to have to find someone that can take care of that Emmanuel Sanders position now. That was John Brown's last year, right? So I have an Elijah Moore. I have a Kadarius Toney out of Florida who run 4.41, 4.39 40s, and are decent. I mean, they're 5'9", 5'10". But we need to if it's best player available and they're there, I wouldn't be surprised if Bills went with a wide receiver. As much as we look at our depth chart and say we're set, we have 30-plus-year-olds doing the slot and doing that position. So I can see them. I'm telling you, if Rondale Moore is available from Purdue, guys, he's a Tyreek Hill style player.
Right.
It'd be and with that whole draft development and play thing, that'd be the route to go for me. I love our wide receiver core. I would do nothing with it, but when I look at age, I think you gotta maybe start developing people.
So the only thing I see wrong with that, and you're talking first round talent, right? That's what we're doing right now. So the only thing that would cause me to pause there is that he's going to be first rounder. He's going to want to get playing time, not to say that like McDermott and Bean give a shit whether you're a first rounder and you sit the bench your first year or not. And to be honest, what better room to be in, right? To like learn everything and get your feet wet and whatever. You got, 3 all pros, in Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders and Diggs. And then you got 2 younger guys that you can kind of buddy up with, and everybody's helping everybody. Everybody's got a good relationship in that room. I could see the potential of that. I hope there's no pressure to push the issue, right? Like just to get him out on the field and getting reps taken away from other playmakers. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can see, and maybe that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad problem to have, probably. But like, I don't know. It just that's the only thing that would cause me to hesitate.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I could see him get it is if the best player available kind of thing. So, at some point we are going to address that slot position and the Emmanuel Sanders, John Brown position.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, whether it's next year or the year after. I mean, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 wide receivers on our active roster. Yeah. So,
well, do you think Hodgins? He's not gonna. I mean, he's too big to really fill in for that role, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hodgins will be that red zone kind of wide receiver, the big possession wide receiver that they bring in.
Super excited to see that guy play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super. He's motivated too. He is.
Oh yeah.
So is Eater.
Eater likes him. Yeah. Yep. He can't wait too. All right. So guys, next question is going to be the tight end position. Here's the thing, right? A lot of us like Dawson Knox, right? He's on his third year coming in. This is the show me year. I watched just film on 2 guys, Kyle Pitts and Pat Freiermuth, right? They're dramatically.
It's all
different.
raw here,
Dude,
guys. We're gonna murder names and
Hey
everything.
guys, so just so you know, on the draft show, I'm putting a list together of crazy
How did-
NFL names, and I'm gonna make Jarrod pronounce them, and we're gonna have a right or wrong. It's definitely happening.
You guys know
gonna
that
have a
Pat
buzzer.
Vermeer, my lips, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium shirts. We still have them available. No, but there's very dramatic difference between potentially the number 1 and 2 tight end in the draft.
Yeah.
That being said, we like I said, we like Dawson Knox. Can you see, Swank? I'll let you lead the way on this one. Can you see Mr. Bean doing his crazy trading, getting up close enough to buy or to get Pitts?
Oh, dude, no, I don't.
No.
I think that would be, again, fine. I would be like, I can't believe you just did that, but then I believe it because I've been a fan of his and this team ever since he's been here, so I get it. I see them. I don't know. So like I said, I'm not like a big draft guy, but do you see Brevin Jordan dropping, or like is he more of a second rounder, or is he a late first rounder? Right. So like I'd
I'd
be
be
more
surprised if he goes in the first round, but he's definitely a second rounder.
okay. So
Early third.
early third, really. Okay.
Miami. Yep.
So I mean, to me, I'd be okay with something like that, grabbing a tight end in the second or third round. I do think that it is a kind of need. I like Hollister though.
Right? Yeah. Pardon me. I failed to mention his
No,
name,
it's
but
okay.
yes.
But like between him and we really haven't seen Sweeney
Right.
do what he does, and everybody was really hot on him before the season started last year and he got hurt. So it'll be an interesting group. I think Hollister takes over for that Croft role, kind of like a little veteran-y, like maybe him and Dawson can get on the jugs machine together, Dawson, all the time. And but I don't know. I think they're going to add somebody. I just don't think it's going to be in the first round. And if it is in the first round, I think it's going to be a situation like what you're saying. But don't expect that.
Scott, quick. I just want to say, if you were to pick one, Kyle Pitts or Pat, who would you pick?
Well, here's my theory.
Go ahead.
Everyone's gonna think I'm crazy for not picking Kyle Pitts. I did pick him in one of my mock drafts earlier, thinking that he would drop all the way to the 30th pick. That was just a fun thing I did. But we have so much talent at our wide receiver position. We don't need a high quality wide receiver tight end.
True.
If we needed a receiver tight end like Gronkowski that made everybody else look good, then yes. But we don't need anybody else to make Beasley, Diggs, Gabriel Davis look good or Emmanuel Sanders. We need someone that can kind of maybe even stay in and block a little bit. You know, I mean, Pat Freiermuth would be perfect if he was at 30.
Yeah,
I've seen him go in the
tight end routes, right? He ran all the perfect tight end routes, right?
I've seen him go in the second round. I've also seen that Brevin Jordan, like Swank was saying, and Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame. I mean, those guys are all Jordan and Tremble will be available 2, sometimes 3. But as much as you would like to get all those toys, I don't think someone like Kyle Pitts would be worth getting at the 30th pick, even if he was available, because we wouldn't be able to use his talent. Right. We wouldn't be able to use it. So if we're thinking about how Josh Allen works with his wide receivers, it'd be a waste. We wouldn't be able to use his talent. We could use someone like a Freiermuth. But we got Knox, Hollister, Sweeney, and Becker. 4 tight ends right now. The
Becker.
oldest one's 27 years old. Sweeney's coming back. Keep an eye on him. I've always liked him. He was injured last year. I think he was a COVID thing because he had Knox, it's his prove it year. He has to do it this year. He has to. And then Hollister is going to be a nice surprise. Yeah. I think Knox's starting job is at jeopardy with Hollister. So
I'm going to say just real quick, I kind of don't agree with if Pitts was on the team, like we don't need him, kind of blah blah blah, that whole argument. I don't agree with it just because I think if you have a tight end that can catch the ball, and it doesn't have to be Pitts. I'm saying like even if Dawson Knox evolved into that, to like where he caught a higher percentage of the balls that he was targeted on, like for him to be a threat underneath like that, opposite of Bees, that I think opens things up a lot. I think if you have
Drive
that
those
threat,
linebackers crazy.
yeah, if you have that threat underneath, maybe when you're playing the Chiefs, they can't just cheat and, smother Diggs and Beasley, and a lamed up Gabe Davis. Like, they actually have to play them, legit. But who knows? So I mean, I guess my whole thing is I just want good players everywhere. I want the best players everywhere. Is that so much to ask?
They're in the process of doing that, right? Trust the process. They're getting the best that they can in here.
Yeah.
Jim Griggs, who's new to the show, running back is the only thing we need. Jim, if you could tell us what running back you want, maybe we can elaborate on that. But
Yeah.
I think you're gonna find that we all disagree.
Yeah, Jim.
Hey, man,
Just go
tell us
back
what
about
you think, man.
20 minutes.
Welcome to the show, by the
But
way.
yeah,
But
welcome to
you
the
tell us
show.
who
And
you want.
actually, you're entered to win this autographed Lee Evans wide receiver college card here. Just
you
for
go.
commenting. Comment in.
Welcome, Jim. Thanks.
Yeah, seriously. You guys are killing it tonight, man. We got 100 comments right now.
Boom.
That's sweet. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, guys, we got to jump to that offensive line.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to let someone else take over this. I got stuck on the offensive line with the top running backs that you see, Alabama, Clemson, Memphis, North Carolina. I was looking for an individual coming out of North Carolina because obviously Javonte Williams and Baker, I think his name's Baker, top running backs there. Like 2 running backs out of UNC are in the top 8 in the draft. And I was looking for a lineman. They're all sophomores, and I don't see any of them in the draft. That being said, if there are any in the draft, let me know. Guys, offensive line. Scott, who do you want?
If you asked me last week, I would have had a different story. I know, real quick, McDermott and Bean, they love those linemen that can play tackle and guard and possibly center. Vera Tucker, I forgot what college he's from. Someone help me out here. He's very versatile. He could play that position. Wyatt Davis is a guard from Ohio State. That would be nice. There's actually a lot of tackles that are going to go in the first round as far as I'm concerned. But like I said, with the recent additions that the Bills have made, that Jamil Douglas guy, 6'4", 310 pounds. He's got game experience with Tennessee. Ford's coming back, so he'll be competing for that position. I think the Bills are doing a good enough job bringing in Hunt last week, bringing in depth where they don't really have to address the line. I could see that something that they do later in the draft, but the first round, like I said, with the recent pickups, I don't see them addressing the offensive line. And guard you hardly ever see go in the first round. It's usually tackles. So, yeah, I mean, they're filling up that line depth pretty well.
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are. So
I mean, they only have one center right now in Morse, but like I said, the Devi, Boker, Feliciano, they can all play that center position, so I don't think they're worried about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Feliciano stepped in and, it was like they didn't even miss a beat last year playing center. So, I don't know, man. I think that they should draft linemen. I don't think it should be in the first round again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all going to be, again, next week, I will expand way more on what I think they should draft in the first round. But again, second and third round, man, I could see him going defense first round, even moving up and getting a defensive player if that's the move they're going to do in the first round, and then going tight end, offensive line, second and third, either way. Mm-hmm. And I would be ecstatic about that.
Right. So a thing I just want to jump in really quick, something that we love to do during the season, especially Jim Griggs. I just want to let you know, we like to do bold predictions. Yep. He wants the Bills to trade up and get Harris. Now he thinks it's going to be the Bills trade up to the 20th position and trade out a couple of spots for that, our first and third and next year's second. I want to write that down, Jim, because if they do that, man, you're nailing it. But that's
we'll send you
prediction.
a T-shirt if they do that,
Yeah.
dude. That's perfect. Awesome.
You get that shirt that Scott's wearing. But we love bold predictions. We love that, our GM Bean, he's one that could fulfill those bold predictions because he does stuff that is just crazy. So I'm gonna write that down, Jim. That's awesome.
You guys, we're on the line. Eater wants to know Ford, Hart, or Douglas wins the right guard position. Well, I'm going to tell you, Feliciano's got that right guard position. It's the left guard I think we're worried about. If they bring Ford back in from that right tackle, Ford's a guard. He played it in college. Bills were just trying to experiment with him. Ford, I would like to see it only because I want to give him the chance. I think he's kind of taking a long road, and I think I would like to see him get a chance. But I honestly think that Jameer Douglas guy is going to take it. I think Douglas will be our left guard.
I think the more interesting question would be who out of those three are going to be starting, like regardless of position, right? And that's kind of what you're saying. And I actually like Hart. I like Hart a lot.
Hart's got a lot of games started. He got a lot of experience.
Yep. And I think you bring that kind of talent and that kind of experience to a team that is this talented up front. And you got guys like Feliciano and Morse and Williams and all these dudes around.
How about Bodger?
Bodger?
Yeah, he's back.
Bodger. Eater just mentioned it, guys. It's the iron sharpens iron thing.
Yeah.
We're throwing out 3 or 4 names that could potentially start in a guard position that we could each and all see be successful there. So have at it. You know what I want to see? I want to see a starting 5 on opening day that wins a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and you know what you'll
we're
see?
looking for.
A starting 5 on opening day that'll win a football game.
There you go.
And
That's
the next
guaranteed.
week you're going to see the same starting 5, but it might not be the same names on their backs. You know what I mean? Like they set it up to where whoever is going to be the best chance for them to win a game that week, that's who
I like
plays,
that, Swank.
right?
I like that. Yeah, the same starting 5 with different names on their backs. That makes a lot of sense with how Bean and McDermott developed their team. You're right. Yep.
You're welcome. Patent pending.
All right, so a couple more minutes left in the show. If you have not yet and you are watching, leave a comment. You will get this autographed Lee Evans, Wisconsin, Pass Press 2004 card. And I'll send you one of these too. What the heck?
Real quick story on Lee Evans. Jared and I were in Cortland having a good time during this draft, and our buddy Dan Cavanaugh was a huge Chicago Bears fan, and he was hoping. Bills had the 13th pick that Lee Evans would fall to him. And we're downstairs, he's upstairs. All of a sudden you hear, Buffalo Bills pick with the 13th pick. Lee Evans. Upstairs you hear, I remember that like it was yesterday. He wanted that guy for Chicago so bad, and when the Bills took him, it was the end of the world. But we were happy. Lee Evans produced a lot for us in Buffalo.
Yeah, he did great things at Buffalo.
He did.
Sure.
Another tragic wide receiver story that, his talents kind of got
Washed
away by a bunch of quarterbacks that didn't know what the hell they were doing.
That guy had deep threat ability. He could run. He could catch, man. Yep, you're right.
And he wore that number 83 too. That's always a good number to wear in the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what Buffalo Bills are the only team? What numbers are retired? 34, 12, and 78, I think, right? Sanjay Reed deserved to get his retired?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Do you think so?
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's part of that, that group that they just need to retire all those jerseys.
No, it's a legacy.
It's like
We'll have 83B next.
67 retired. Everyone's retired.
What's up, Bruno?
Hey, Bruno.
Yeah, we I don't know, man. They just expanded all the numbers, right? Or that's what they're voting on now is expanding numbers for different positions, which I think is so ridiculous.
It's going to be college. It's collegiate level now. They're going to have receivers running 1 through 20 and then 80s. So,
well, I mean, I don't know. Tavon Austin was 10, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Robert
10,
Woods.
11. Yep.
Yeah. Roscoe Parrish, 11. Yeah.
Rashko.
Roscoe.
So I think it's more than the 1 to 9. Guys, season 2, episode 5. I think this was a great show today. We had a lot of participation.
Yeah,
Loved
hell yeah.
it. We got a little bit of the offensive draft out of the way. There's still more to come because we got 3 more weeks until the draft. We had a couple signings that we're happy with, so it's going to be fun to see what happens for the next couple weeks. Today's show is a giveaway. Again, I'll show you Lee Evans right there. Bam. Sticker. Scott, we got some.
Lots to talk about next week with that defense because I think that's what the Bills are going to do first round. So I know Swank's got his ideas. I have, every position, corner, linebacker, defensive end. There's a lot of potential for next week. So definitely tune in next week for our defensive conversation.
Yeah, and Fandemonium, again, get looking at the videos and let us know what you want, what you want from the defense. And I know that's going to be a hot topic because there's a lot of good defensive guys out there.
Yeah, hell yeah, and we got another big giveaway next week too. So
yep, we won't let you know what that is yet.
Comments. Yeah, no, you don't get to know. You don't get to know.
So if you left a comment, obviously you're going to be on the wheel of Fandemonium Destiny. Is that what we're calling it?
Sure,
nowadays?
let's do it.
All right.
So I call mine the Derelict Destiny. So we got to figure out something for it. Yeah.
All right, we'll
If you
figure
got a
out some
suggestion for the name
it.
of the wheel, go ahead and leave that too.
Fandemonium,
Bonium? No.
There you go. All right, Scott, if you want to give us a little bit of closing thoughts, that would be awesome.
April 29th, 7 p.m. That's the NFL draft on Thursday. Slot yourself out about 3 to 4 hours and hang out with the three of us. Like I said, it's not exclusive Buffalo Bills. We're going to have a phone involved. The three of us are going to be hanging out. We want you guys to call in. Tell us who you think each team is going to draft. We're going to play along with you. We're going to drink. We're going to have some food. And there's a nice giveaway. It's an Andre Reed mini helmet that we're giving away. Autograph, COA. It's pretty awesome. It's our first draft party, so we're excited. Whether we're right or wrong, it's fun. And we can't wait to have the event is out. So invite your friends. Come on. Let's have fun with this.
Circle the wagon wheel.
Ooh.
Eder.
There you go, Eder.
I like it, dude.
All right.
Swank, what do you
Get your
got?
name
bud?
on the Circle the Wagon Wheel.
It just threw me for a little bit of a loop. It's like, rock me, mama. Anyway, yeah, man. Draft party is going to be rad. It will not be exclusively Buffalo Bills, but we will be talking 100% Buffalo Bills and how all those picks relate to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, right.
Believe all of that. And, yeah, man, I think literally this was the most well-attended stream
Love
that
it.
we've done. And thank you so much for supporting us. All you guys, we know who you are, who have been here since the beginning, but everybody new that's checked in tonight, thank you so much. 129 comments. I'll try and drag my little speech out a little bit longer if somebody wants to get in that hasn't been able to get in yet. But, you're entered to win that there Lee Evans signed card right over there. And thank you so much for being part of the 24/7 BF fam. And as always, you can join us every Tuesday night on Facebook Live for the Gun Report. We start at 8 o'clock. We end right around 8:45, 9 o'clock. And we're talking Bills. We're talking defense. We're talking offense. We're talking draft. We're talking special teams. We're talking your friends, my friends, everybody's friends. We're talking AAA. And if you can't catch us live, you can always catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and YouTube. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, this is what you're going to win. We'll put you on that wheel. We'll let the winner know tomorrow night. And we'll send some stickers. If you're not a winner, you can still get a sticker. Personal message us your address. We'll send it out that way.
You're all winners to me.
And if Scott can head in here really quick, I don't know where he went. Those 24/7 Buff Fandemonium shirts are still available. If you need anything, let us know. Again, thank you very much for attending tonight's Gun Report. Scott's going to get a hey in here pretty quick.
You try and drag it out for him?
Yes. Hey,
That's nice of
Swank.
you. Hey, buddy.
We'll see everybody. Tune in next week. We're going to talk about that defense and anything that we picked up this past year or this past week. And we will see you next week, Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Buffalo Bills football. Go Bills.
I made it back for the Go Bills part. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
This is a dangerous group.